Good morning, everyone. I'm Hope, and welcome to my backyard suburban garden. We're going to look at some updates today and see what's been going on. So let's go take a look. This first little box was empty. Let's see, it's been about 2 weeks since my last update. And you can see here on this side we have the Swiss chard. I've got the collard greens coming up over here. And then the lettuce has actually gotten big enough that I've started to eat it. But I'm just taking off a few, leaves here and there. And then I've got the red kale. See the little leaf there on the red kale? It's looking pretty good. Coming around here, this first box, I've still got some cantaloupe that's not quite ready to go in over here, so that space is empty. But here I have okra coming up. These are actually tomatoes that came up on their own, so I'm kind of letting a couple of them go just to see if they turn into anything substantial. I might transplant them, but they'll get transplanted or pulled later. These are all beets in through here. I have two different varieties of beets, the colorful beets and then just the standard like purplish red beets. And then here I've got some bush beans, and I've got some cucumber that's barely hanging on from what I transplanted, and I've reseeded in case they don't make it. That happens a lot where I seed and then I transplant and then they don't make it. I end up seeding, but it's all kind of trial and error. This next box, this is an Anaheim. He's doing really, really well. I don't know how he got so big. My jalapenos back there are like tiny. I hope they make it. And then I've got a couple rows of peas here. Here I've just transplanted these two guys here. Just transplanted my eggplant. I've never really grown eggplant. I had some plants last year, but they weren't very big. They were not in the right place. And then these are all beans, the same thing we have in this box over here. In the front, these are all beans. These are tomatoes I purposely planted, and these are cherry tomatoes. And I've got them in two places here and here. The rest, like I said, they're just all volunteers, so I'm kind of letting some of them grow, see how big they get. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got peppers here. These are bell peppers. And then more peas. And then this little row right here. So these two rows are the peas, and these are radishes. And they're getting pretty big. Same thing with the other side, peas and radishes. And I think I forgot to mention the okra in the other box, but they're pretty small. And then over here I've still got this carrot growing from last year. Like I said, the carrots won't be good, but I've been harvesting the tops to put in smoothies and salads and stews and things like that. A couple more rows of beans here. These are the cantaloupe that I seeded. I seeded it over here because I actually had this one covered while they were germinating. So when they get really big, I'll transplant them to the other box. And then these are some of the volunteer tomatoes that came up. Some of the biggest ones I decided to plant. And then back here, teeny tiny little zucchini. And that's not going to be teeny tiny for long because they grow really fast. So as you can see, my garden has grown a ton just since my last update. And we'll do more on the flower and herb garden on my next video.